I hope you're taking notes. Write these down. The three criteria are style. We're looking for homes that have a similar style. If it's a split level home, we're looking for other split level homes to compare it to. If it's a brand new construction, we compare it to new construction. And I got to tell you, anything that's built 1990 or sooner, I call new construction. Unless, of course, it's a pre-sale or it never been occupied. And in that case, they don't have it to sell, so you don't have to worry about it. So new construction is anything from 1990 or sooner. Is it a craftsman? Is the home a 1908 up to about 1920, or is it a mid-century home? Ideally, you'll be able to find comparative properties within that general genre. If you don't find a split level that was built in 1980s and you can't find 6 or 7 others, then of course we'll have to adjust our search. We're just going to talk about what is optimal. All right, second criteria is square footage. We're looking for homes that are within 200 to 300 square feet size of the subject property. Now, if it's a 1,000 square foot home, you're going to be a lot more particular about it only being 200 square feet smaller or larger. If it's a 3,000 square foot home, you can probably go up to 300 to 400 square feet. Do you see how this is more art than it is science? There's just not a fixed scale. So for instance, if it's a 1,000 square foot home, I'm going to look for homes that are 800 square feet up to 1,200 square feet. If it's a 3,000 square foot home, I'll probably go 2,500 up to 3,500. Now, if my sampling is very large, like if I'm doing a search on a CMA for a 3,000 square foot home and I find 20 similar homes, then I'm going to then hone in to about 200 square feet difference so that I can get the most articulate and accurate results. But remember, at the end of the day, the most articulate and accurate results are what? What? Say it with me. It's a prop to help steer the seller towards the price you believe will help them sell. And the third criteria is basically bedrooms, bathrooms. So we're looking for homes that are similar bedrooms, one bedroom bigger, one bedroom smaller, and similar bathroom size within a half bath. So if our subject property is a 3-bed, 2-bath, we're looking for up to 3 and 4 bedroom homes, and we're looking for 1.5 to 2.5 baths. Now, what do you do if you're doing a CMA on a 2-bedroom house? You only compare it with 2-bedroom houses. 2-bedroom houses do not get compared with 3-bedroom houses and vice versa. A 3-bedroom house will not get compared with a 2-bedroom house. Otherwise, you're just getting an incorrect sample. All right, moving along. So what do we do first? So you just met a couple at an open house, and they said, hey, our home is in Fircrest. We'd love for you to do a market analysis on it. You got the property address, and the first step we do, the first thing is we look up on the MLS to see if that house has ever sold recently. It's actually the quickest and easiest place to do a quick rundown on the property. And so in this case, they told me it was 1310 Farallone Avenue in Fircrest. I'm like, huh. First thing I did is I plugged it into the MLS, and I found out, yes, 1310 Farallone has sold before. It sold back in 2014, and I know it's 2,700 square feet. It's on just shy of a 1/4 acre, and it's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath. Excellent. So I'm going to do a CMA on this particular property. So the second thing we do is we go to the good old handy Northwest MLS. I'm going to take this MLS number, 506491. I'm going to go over here to the MLS, and I'm just going to do a quick search down and dirty and see what has sold that's single family within a 1/4 mile of 506491. Doesn't matter how old this house was back in 2014, as long as I have a valid MLS number, it can search it up by location. So I see, wow, there are 299 homes that it sold, but let's see, we only want to look, also a CMA is only good for about 6 months. So in this particular instance, only 2 homes have sold within the last 6 months of the subject property. Would this be a good CMA? Nope, so we have to expand our search. We're going to go to half a mile. There's 15 homes that have sold within a half-a-mile radius. Now, if you are in Graham, or you are in Tacoma, or you are in somewhere that has a large metropolitan base, you're going to want to be very strict to adhering to this 1/4 mile or half-mile radius. Now, however, Fircrest is a community town, and so I know that there's similar neighborhoods all throughout Fircrest. So what I'm going to do for this property, because I know Fircrest is a community town, is I'm going to take off the population search. And in this instance, I'm going to now just look within the city of Fircrest. Do you understand why I did that? Because when you're dealing with, let's just call it, let's just say you know South Hill pretty well. You know that South Hill has a lot of similar neighborhoods. You also know that some new construction sites are very similar to others. If you stick within a quarter-mile radius, you're really limiting yourself. However, if you kind of encompass all of South Hill, you're going to find a good sampling. Now, does that mean just because you found a similar property 3 miles away in South Hill that's going to sell for the same price? No, you still need to make sure it's a justifiable comp, but it gives you a good place to start. So when I look in all of Fircrest, I come up with 9. That's interesting. I want to show you this again. So in Fircrest, 9 homes that have sold. However, when I do a half-mile radius, it actually came up with 15 homes. It's because in a half-mile radius is parts of Tacoma, parts of University Place. And so for the intents and purposes of this CMA, they're not valid. A house in Fircrest, even though it's just across the street, is not going to be a justifiable comp with the University Place, unless, of course, there's nothing else for me to use. So let's just look at these 9 homes. Let's see if any of them are going to meet the criteria that we're looking for. I'm going to go to multi-line with comments. And remember, what's the basic criteria? We're looking for 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,700 square feet. And it looks like it's a 2-story home. So this first home, would this be a comp? Nope, 1,500. Would this home be a comp? Nope, townhouse. Townhouse. Again, this one is a newer construction. It's also only 1,700 square feet. A comp? Nope. Here we go, 2,200 square feet. Ideally, we're going to include this for now. It may not make the final cut, but we got to include it. It's at $117 a square foot. And this one is also a Rambler, just not going to make the cut. Here we go, 2,000 square feet. Now, you and I can both agree this one's almost 6,000 square foot off, but right now I'm starting to grasp at straws just slightly because we need something to justify it against. Here we go. This is a good one. The condition even looks similar. In fact, it looks so good, I'm going to get rid of this one. It's a split level, and it's in kind of a lot more tired condition. It wasn't going to be a very good comp at all. I just needed something to work with. And here we go, 3,700 square feet. Although the price per square foot is similar to this one, it's just not a comp. It's 1,000 square feet higher. It's only going to add confusion. Wow, so from this entire first search, if I refine and narrow, we just came up with 1 home. And it's not even real, or 2 homes. And neither one of them are really spot on comps. This is a daylight Rambler, or which means the basement opens up to 2-story on the back. It's got a view. This just isn't a very good comp either, but it's something to work with. And so we'll start with this one. So I'm going to write down on a scratch note this MLS number, 890237. And now we got to go about scanning this cat another way. You see, this house just isn't a comp either. It's tired, it's distressed, it probably wasn't even financeable. Yep, it's a HUD house. So we're going to take this one off. So we're just left with that one. So let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to how we originally started doing it. We're going to search. I am going to now open up my search to parts of University Place. 506, 491. You with me? You taking notes? What do you call boogers flying over Germany? Snotzies. That's my one joke. It's not PC, but that's the one I got. It's clean, so it'll work. All right, so now we see that within a half-a-mile radius, we have sold 15 homes. All right, let's see if this sampling has opened up. And now I'm going to try to enter in some of my conditional restraints. By conditional, I mean we're going to enter in 3 to 4 bedrooms. We're going to enter in square footage of 2,400 to 3,300. Do you know why I'm not going to enter in price? Because a CMA is all about the price per square foot. If we're looking for homes in a certain price range, well, then we're really limiting our search to just prices of homes. So here we go. There's 5 homes that have similar square footage. Ugh, that's not very good. What are we going to do? Well, let's look at them. Let's see if we got anything to work with. There's not very much chicken on this bone. I don't know if any of these are going to hunt either, but let's take our time looking at them. Here we go. We got 2,900 square feet, and it is a rambler, though. It's a 4-bedroom rambler. So ramblers are going to sell for more naturally. So we don't necessarily want to include ramblers on CMAs with 2 stories because ramblers are more desirable. Just think about it. A rambler costs more to build. It takes up a larger footprint. And so it's easier to go and cheaper to go vertical than it is to go horizontal. Ramblers are more desired by your older folks. The bad knees, the hip replacements, they want ramblers. So I'm going to include it for now because already we're kind of grasping at straws just a little bit, but I hope to find something better. But here you go. You see the price per square foot, $127. That's a pretty decent price per square foot. All right, this guy, I'm not going to include it. And you're going to say, Andy, why aren't you going to include this rambler when you just included the one above? Because remember, a CMA is a prop we use to help a seller justify a sale. It is going to confuse a seller if I say, hey, this one sold for 127 a square foot and this one sold for 88. I got to pick a side. You know, we're not Switzerland. We got to pick a side one way or another. So I'm going to decide this is the comp I'm going to use to help me out. I'm going to disregard this one. Here we go. This is a 1-bedroom and 3/4 bath dwelling with a handicapped access. It's used as a rental. This is not a comp, even though it is in Faircrest. Here we're back to our oldie but a goodie. We're stuck with this one, but not because we want it, because we kind of need something. And then we got this house. This house is cute. This one actually might be a winner. 2,600 square foot. It's newer construction. I thought this was a rambler at first look, but it's actually a 2-story. We're cooking with gas now. This one might actually be justifiable. So I'm going to refine, narrow. Now I'm back down to 3. I'm still going to use this rambler in University Place because I have to provide at least 6 solds. So until I can find something better, I'm going to jot down this MLS number, 863. 542. I got my 890-237 already jotted down, and now I'm writing down 879-553. You might say, Andy, you haven't even looked at any of these interior pics, and I can tell you it doesn't matter. It's just going to prolong the CMA. If it sells for the price per square foot that we're looking for, the condition is going to reflect what the outside does. Why are pirates always angry? Because they are. That's my other joke. All right, so now we're going to, again, I'm getting a little desperate. By most intents and purposes, I would have found everything I was looking for within my first or second search, but I haven't. So now I'm just going to kind of shoot from the hip here. I'm going to take this MLS number. Oops, what was it? 506 491. And I'm going to go now a map search. Actually, I guess I don't even need the MLS number. I don't, because I'm going to do a map search. I'm going to look for solds. I'm going to look for pending inspection. That's going to help me. And I'm going to look for pendings because I got to find something to work with. Residential. Again, 3 to 4 bedrooms. I might even go up to 5 bedrooms. I mean, I'm getting a little risky here. Again, the one thing that can't really move the needle on is the bedroom or the square footage. Now let's find a map search. Look at all these. So the reds are the solds and the yellows are the pendings. So we see here in our good old Faircrest, which is this little ballpark, we got a lot of pendings. This is going to help. I don't go to pendings till the very end because pendings are not a justifiable value of sold or a value. Solds are. But in this case, I'm going to expand a little. I'm going to just plop this right here in the middle of good old Fircrest and UP. There we go. Bam, we got 45. We're going to weed through these 45 lickety split. All right, let's look at multi-line with comments. Nope. And again, I'm looking at the price per square foot. Already I can tell that we're going to try to probably be between 120 and 135 a square foot. I just know that from what I've seen. So I'm going to scroll through till I find some help. Here we go, 136. That's a good one. 127. Oh, that's a spot on one. 143, not a comp. Why? It's a split level. And now I think we're going to find what we're looking for. Here we go. This is another splitty. 419, 141 a square foot. I'm going to include it just because I want to see why. Because more than likely, if your client is going to find this property if you don't. So if you don't already have an answer as to why their house isn't going to be priced this high, they're going to find an agent that will tell them something different. So this one is not a comp. However, I'm going to look at it so that I know the answer to give my seller when they say, well, how come we're not listing 141 a square foot? Listen, the Nelson's house just down the street sold for that. I want to be able to tell them exactly why instead of just saying, I don't know. Wow, 155. I got to include it. These are getting 140. These prices are going up. 128. 192. Wow. 137 is where I thought we'd be. 136. This is another split. Look at this guy, 177. 3,000 square feet. This is in a great neighborhood. So this is just great proof. I think my analysis is wrong. I think it's going to sell for more than 135 a square foot. Look at this little piece of junk right here can sell for 124 square foot. Ours can certainly sell for more. So now I'm going back. I'm having an open mind. Here we go, 138. I think now this is where we're going to be. $127. 141 with a view, but it has a view, so we're going to leave that one out. This one is 330-100. This is only going to confuse the seller. I'm not going to include that 118. Wow. Nap 2. This one is just like very similar. 161 a square foot in UP. 162 a square foot. It's also a two-story. 146. This is our price, guys. This is the sweet spot. This just shows you I was wrong. That's why we do a CMA. 151. Whoa. 123. I don't know. 123. Then we get back to the ones we picked. I don't need to use this one anymore. Would you guys agree? There's no need for me to use one of our originals because we found some justifiables elsewhere. So although this one is close in proximity, it just wasn't a very good one. I would have used it if I had nothing else, but I don't need to, so we get a cross off 890237. Now refine, narrow, and let's see what we're working with. All right, and now because I have the benefit of having the old MLS listing for what I want to see what I was looking at. What am I looking at in here? Okay, it was a home path property when they bought it. I asked them, what kind of updates did you do? This is a question I ask every seller before I go over there. Would you say the house is in good, fair, or excellent condition? And I just kind of take the word for it. If they say it's in excellent condition, I'm going to price it excellently. In this case, the house, when they bought it, was pretty distressed, but they told me they fixed it up and made it look beautiful. So I'm going to think, okay, it's a beautiful home we're working with. So let's come back over here, and now we're going to compare it just with beautiful homes. 136. I've seen enough. This one is a comp, pending inspection. It's within 200 square feet. It's got the same bed, same bath. 136 a square foot is the price I'm going to go with until I'm shown I'm wrong. 127 a square foot right down the street. This one's pending inspection. Beautiful. I've seen enough. It's in great condition. Now, why was this one $9 a square foot less than this one? Square footage is exactly why. You see, the higher the square footage, you see right here where the cursor is, then naturally the lower the price has to be. It's not saying which house is worth more, but clearly a 1,000 square foot house that's worth $100 a square foot is $100,000. Well, you just can't say then that a 5,000 square foot house is then worth $500,000 based on the same price per square foot. You see, things that cost the most money is the land and the improvements to it. So naturally, you just can't have a price per square foot be as high on a larger house as a smaller house. All right. This guy, we're not going to include him anymore. It's a split level, and we don't need it. In fact, if the client asks me, why is this one sold for more, point blank, I'd say it's just not a justifiable comp. It's probably got a bonus room. It's a split level. And, oh, there you go. It has a pool. There's your answer. This one, I'm not going to use it anymore. Again, I would have if I had nothing else, but it's a Rambler that they put a pop out on, a half story. It's only a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. Same with this one. I don't need it anymore. It's just not, you can see it, although it was built in 1980, it's just not the similar style. And it came in at 155, and right now I'm trying to find it justifiable between 130 and 140. Don't need it. Don't need it, although I'm going to include it because it is fir crest, and so the seller, although this is also split, I am going to include it because it's the price that we're going to end up in. And so this one's right in the sweet spot, $136 a square foot of where I think our seller should be. So 3,000 square foot, 177. You're going to know, if you know UP at all, that this is in an exclusive community. So that's how I know it's worth more. However, if your seller doesn't know, you need to be the expert in the neighborhood, in a desirable UP neighborhood. You need to be able to explain why there's 3,000 square foot, 177,000, and the answer is because it's in Martha's Vineyard, which is an exclusive community in UP. So not a comp, but you need to know these questions so that your seller asks you about it. And this is a little piece of junk. I'm a little bitter because I went on a listing appointment on this listing and I didn't get it myself. What was called this, the unnamed listing. Listen, this is not a comp, but if this sold for 124 and sold the first week on the market, we got to know ours is priced better and higher. Not bitter. All right, here we go. Community of Fircrest, 429, 138 a square foot. Again, that's right in our sweet spot. This is a comp, and what we're going to tell our seller not to pay attention to is do not pay attention to the list price. It's all about the price per square foot. Not a comp. $169 a square foot. Why? Oh, because it's brand new construction. Actually, it's in new construction. So when our seller says, how come you didn't use this as a comp, you say, because no one's ever lived in it. Wouldn't you pay more for a pair of Nikes off the shelf than you would out at a garage sale? Same with the home. That's the line I give them to. Then again, I don't list homes anymore. All right, 407, $162 a square foot. Why? This one, again, it's not a comp for us. It's going to confuse the seller. If you throw 162 a square foot in there right next to 130, they're going to say, why not go for 162? Because every seller thinks the best in their house. We need to know why. Oh, it's a Rambler in excellent condition, and it backs up to a green belt. That's it. You don't need to know anymore. When the seller says, how come our house isn't priced at theirs, you just say, because it's a Rambler, and it backs up to a green belt. These are things you know when you're the expert. So I'm not going to include this one. Here we go, 160 a square foot. This one's tricky. This one shows that the value's there. Again, it's UP. I don't think our house is going to sell for that one, but we got to find out why exactly. And the answer we're going to give, look at that. It's got the shadow boxes, the molding, the millwork, the package. I'm not going to include it. It's not a comp. And one thing I never do is I never tell a seller this house is better than yours. That's why if a seller brings this one up, brings it to my attention, say we want a price near this one, I would actually show them the homes side by side and say, if you look at the trim work, I know your house is beautiful. What is a buyer going to compare apples to apples to? What will he pay more for? And the answer should be this one. Here we go, 146. I want this to be a comp. I'm going to include it. I'm going to include this house to show our seller why we need a price $7 per square foot under. That is a comp, and it's UP. Because remember, ours is fir crust. Don't need it anymore. We've got some solid ones. Don't need it anymore. Now I'm really just looking for problems around the 140 bucks a square foot category. I'll include it because it's lower than I'm going to recommend listing at, and I want to use a lower comp to show them that, hey, I think your house will sell for more than these low comps. Because no seller will ever list with you if you don't believe their house is as beautiful as they do. Fact. All right, let's see what we got. Beautiful. We got 8. Oh, I love it. So now we're going to take these 8 listings, go to single line, and we're going to take the second part of this CMA. We're going to include, so that was it, by the way. That was a CMA. Ta-da! We have 4 pending, 4 solds. We'll work with it. So the next part is we go to cloudcma.com. You enter your login, your password, and you click on the CMA tab. Come over here to create a new CMA. What's the client's name? The client's name is Mr. Bob. And what's their address? 1310 Farleone Avenue, Fircrest. Did I spell it wrong? There we go. I could upload a picture if I saved one to the desktop. I don't care to. What's the 4, 2.5, 2732? All right, now I could click down and dirty. This is, if you click down and dirty, it's going to use Cloud CMA is just going to look at analytics to pull you 6 homes that are similar. However, it's not going to look at construction date. It's only going to look at the lot size and the location. It's not a good tool to use. We want to import by MLS. So I'm just going to go 790-098. Oh, geez. What's my next one? Where am I going? Clicking tabs. 907313. 908084. 889000. 849739. Is that it? I don't remember. I hope you're bored, because I am. 823732. Yes. Why do pirates always have their ears pierced? Because it only costs $1 an ear. Eight 50707. I'm good. We don't need the last one. All right, then I clicked fetch listings. Here we go. Bam. All right, this is how you do a CMA. I'm going to customize the report. I'm going to publish the report. I'm going to print the report in color. Then I'm going to give it to my client. And again, in a separate video, I will show you how to present a CMA. But congratulations on putting together a beautiful, highly productive comparative market analysis for your client. It looks sharp. Oh, you see, this is good to know. Look at this. I entered the MLS number wrong. Double check, make sure you get the right MLS numbers, because a property in Port Angeles is not going to be useful in a CMA. What these other ones are, this is where you put in the music, fade out, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. See you next time. Bye-bye, friends.